Hey, how you doing? My name is Ryan, and today I'm designing and building the wildest and dumbest custom LEGO mech suits based on your suggestions. I put out the challenge to you guys a few weeks back to come up with the dumbest ideas for LEGO mech suits, and I got hundreds of comments. So thank you to everyone who put down an idea. I am very excited to see what you guys came up with. Let's take a look here. First up, Moon Knight needs a mech suit. Egyptian mystical god? Giant robotic armor? Yeah, we're off to a pretty good start here. How about give me a pink Homer Simpson car mech suit? Oh, like from the Hit and Run game? I mean, yeah, I think it's also the Simpsons car, but I don't really watch the show that much. I more so just played the video game on the GameCube. It was a really fun game. But yeah, that could be a really cool idea, like a pink mech suit with a car in the front of it. That could be fun. Kermit the Frog in a giant death mech would be funny. So I saw a lot of Muppet-related mech suit ideas, but I think this one takes the cake. I love that it specifies that it's a death mech, and not like a playful robot or like a giant version of a Muppet. It has to be a threatening death mech armor, and putting Kermit the Frog in that is such a stupid idea that I have to design it. So here's what I think I'm going to do. I'll start with a pre-existing LEGO mech suit, build it digitally, and then rebuild and recolor the design to better match the character in question. I want these LEGO mech suits to feel like they could be actual sets, like have the build be of good quality, even if the underlying idea behind it is undoubtedly stupid. So looking over our base options, I think the Darth Vader mech suit is the most intimidating. Now, you could argue the color scheme of all black is part of what makes this set intimidating, so hopefully I don't lose that factor when I make it green. Speaking of which, I'll give this mech suit a coat of green paint and add in some dark green and lime green pieces for shadows and highlights. And then I can use this 2x1 modified plate with teeth to act as sort of a stand-in element for the frills around Kermit's neck. I think that'll act as a nice visual shorthand for the Kermit the Frog aesthetic. And after a few more tweaks to make this mech suit less dark side and more frogified, our Kermit the Frog death mech is done. This is exactly as dumb and somewhat awesome as the idea suggested. It's big, it's bulky, it's intimidating, it's deadly, and it's Kermit the Frog themed. That's exactly what this video is all about. I love it. Let's see what other ideas we have. The guy that fell into the river in Lego City. Are mechs waterproof? I don't know. I think it would help them be able to swim, kind of like Pacific Rim. Or is the mech suit so heavy that's why he fell into the river? I'm not sure.
Hey, it's Ryan from the future. So from the moment I said that piece about LEGO mechs sinking or floating, through filming, into editing, until now, I couldn't help get that question out of my head. So it's time to find out. Do LEGO mech suits sink or float? It's floating, just barely, but this mech suit is floating. It is not touching the bottom of the sink. So if the guy in the Lego City fell into the water wearing a mech suit, I think you'd survive.
Construction figure mech, so you can combine two bad LEGO ideas. I think this idea already exists with the LEGO movie series. Didn't we have an Emmett giant construction themed mech suit? So you could just buy that set and have your own construction mech suit. Jabba the Hutt mech suit, please. Ooh, that's a maybe. That's a maybe, that's pretty funny. It'd have to be a very wide mech suit to fit Jabba the Hutt on top, but that's part of the joke. Maybe if you'd made his platform that he sits on the actual base of the mech, that's a maybe. I like that idea. I think we need a Ryan Sevel mech. I am flattered, but I don't think I'm big enough or popular enough to merit a mech suit. I'm not even at 100,000 subscribers yet. And speaking of which, if you like this video so far, hit that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Still, I don't think I merit a mech suit just yet. How about this idea? Michael Scott mech with an oversized mug with World's Best Boss on it. Okay, so if The Office went on for a few more seasons with Michael Scott, I could totally see them having a cold open where Michael just busts in to the office in a mech suit for no reason. It'd be pretty funny, I think. And you know what? I think we can make this idea work. Let's do it. I'll use the War Machine mech as my base here, as it has kind of human-like proportions, and it's something Michael Scott would have loved to have worn. As much as I want to keep the blasters, I'll probably have to remove them. But I think I can switch the color scheme to black and gray to replicate a suit and loafers, then sprinkle in some white on the shirt, cuffs, and socks, and add in a red tie to make this mech business casual. And while Michael no longer has blasters, I can replace the weapons with coffee, a giant coffee mug to represent the world's best boss prop. The Michael Scott mech is done, and on the scale of stupid ideas, it's up there, but on the scale of dumb designs, I feel like this one's kind of lifted right out of the Lego movie. Like, I could totally see if Lego was making mech suits at the time of the film's release, this being Lord Business's costume, not so much the giant boots and helmet, but just a mech suit that's also business casual, wearing a suit and tie. Something about this giant robot wearing a tie screams Lord Business to me, but I love the little Michael Scott head peeking out of the top. That is hilarious looking. Let's see if we can get a little bit wilder and weirder with our next mech suit ideas. We need a Minecraft Steve mech. This idea has potential. I don't know if I'd be able to pull off the scale correctly because it has to look like it's made from Minecraft blocks while still having enough shape and form to feel like Lego and Minecraft at the same time. That'd be a hard one to pull off, but I still like the idea quite a bit. Harry Potter could have a mech suit with a giant oversized wand. Not bad, but we kind of already have this with the giant figures that they made a couple years back. It even has oversized wands in that set, so a little redundant there. Let's give Optimus Prime a mech. Okay, so a good chunk of people were asking for some variation of mech suit in a mech suit. But I think I love this version the most because it's a robot that can transform into a car inside an even larger robot that cannot transform into a car. That's really funny. Okay, let's make this one. I think I'll use the Captain America mech suit as the base because it already looks pretty close to Optimus Prime. Then the challenge becomes making this mech suit look identical to the robot in question because it'd be so on brand if the large mech suit was just an even bigger version of the smaller robot. Action figures for your action figures. So red cockpit and shoulders, grille and headlights on the front, dark blue hands and feet, exhaust pipes on the shoulders. We're getting really close, but it's missing one thing. Wheels. 3 on each side with 1 on the hip and 2 on the legs. My god, this is going to look so dumb with this giant oversized robot and a tiny Optimus Prime head on top. But that brings up a really important point. The minifigure. While there does exist an official Lego set of Optimus Prime, it doesn't include a minifigure, so I'll have to turn to off-brands to make this set a reality. I came across this guy from the company Pogo and I think he's perfect. Wide shoulder pads, blocky helmet, accurate print design, and most importantly, this transforming robot will fit perfectly into his giant mech suit of himself that again, cannot transform. This is exactly the type of stupid I wanted to build for this video. Dumb concept, wild execution, insane final look, mech suit inside a mech suit, robot inside a robot. It is beautiful and perfect and stupid and silly. I love it. Let's do one more. We need a Groot mech. Isn't that just a tree? Also, the original Groot build from 2014 kind of already is the size of a mech suit. How about this idea? Michael Jackson with one arm being a giant machine gun and the other arm being a microphone axe, and his legs have to be possible to do the moonwalk. I'm not sure if this is a reference to the Michael Jackson movie Moonwalker where he wields a machine gun at one point. If it is, deep cut and I love it. If not, this is a wild idea and I also love it. Give Sonic a mech suit. Well, Knuckles has one, Tails has one. I can almost guarantee within a year's time we will have a Sonic mech suit set. How about this idea? SpongeBob mech suit would go crazy. So way back in 2006, Lego made the Build-A-Bob set, which was a giant SpongeBob with space inside for Plankton to run amok, kind of like the first episode to feature Plankton. So if there was going to be a SpongeBob mech suit, it would have to go in an entirely different direction. Like, what if the Krusty Krab itself could transform into a Krabby Patty making delivery robot? That's something I could see the show doing. So, I have an idea. Let's start with this Black Panther set, as it's rather lanky and could match the unrealistically skinny robot aesthetic rather nicely. I think this one should be mostly brown to match the look of the Krusty Krab. I am almost imagining this suit as if the literal restaurant itself morphed into a robot, so I'll have to add these details like flags on the back, these rounded arches have to be represented, and maybe the cockpit could be like the boat cash register station that Squidward sits in. Also, one of the arms of the robot should absolutely be a giant spatula. Now we're getting somewhere, but it's missing something. There. Krab Mech Pattybot reporting for duty. Let's build it. Now, despite the SpongeBob Mech idea being weird and wild, this is the kind of set that honestly could work not only in the SpongeBob universe, but also from LEGO. It would have been laughed at on channels like mine for being a dumb idea, but there also would probably be quite a bit of a hype and demand for this set. And that's the thing with LEGO mech suits as a whole. There's still quite a big audience for them. LEGO has a way of catering to both adult builders who love intricate details and accurate display models, as well as kids who love giant fighting robot suits like these. Kermit, Michael Scott, Optimus Prime, and SpongeBob do not deserve to have mech suit sets. But with the right design and execution, these sets also undeniably have an allure to them. They are silly, they're stupid, but they're fun and playful. There could be an entire multiverse of mech suits for a giant battle fighting arena. It would be like the sequel to LEGO Dimensions, but with giant robots instead. That would be kind of fun, actually. But I would love to know what you guys think of the 4 mech suits I made in this video, because after all, they were your ideas and therefore your fault. Speaking of which, if you have any new ideas for dumb mech suit sets, let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to do a part 2. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.